Good morning. It's Thursday, April 23rd, and today we're going to be talking about ownership. And we're going to examine some things that we think we might own, but in reality are just ours on loan. And to do that, not only are we going to pull from the wisdom of 2 millennia ago, we're also going to look for some inspiration from more recent times to help us with the prompt from the Daily Stoic, which is, how am I caring for my mind? So there are some events that you watch happen live on TV, which you will never forget where you were or how you felt in that moment. For some, maybe it's the moon landing. For others, maybe it's 9/11. For me, one of those events that was immediately seared into my mind happened when I was 9 years old. I had fallen asleep watching ESPN, and when I woke up, the legendary college basketball coach, Jim Valvano, was giving a speech at the sports awards ceremony, the ESPYs. You see, Jimmy V was fighting a losing battle against a metastatic form of cancer. Jimmy V would sadly be dead in less than 2 short months. But I watched, mesmerized, as he delivered with incredible grace and poise a speech that would later come to be known as his Don't Give Up speech. He said, "Cancer can take away all of my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul. Don't ever give up." And I remember being in awe of this man at that moment as he so beautifully exhibited what I would later learn to be known as the 3 Stoic disciplines of perception, action, will. Yes, he was dying from a form of cancer that would soon rob him of his breath, and nothing would change that. But he maintained the selfless action of directing his mind in such a manner to make both his and others' lives as good as possible for as long as possible. Now, I don't know if Jimmy V ever read Marcus Aurelius, but he certainly channeled the Roman emperor's words to himself from 2,000 years prior when he wrote, "You have been formed of 3 parts, body, breath, and mind. Of these, the first 2 are yours insofar as they are only in your care. The third alone is truly yours." So the sobering reality is that despite how well we look after our body and its movement and its function and its overall well-being, it can and ultimately will be taken away from us, as will our breath. And the faster we come to terms with that, then the better we can focus our actions where we do have control, and that leaves us with the mind. So we'd better take damn good care of it. We'd better train it, provide it with tools for handling the unknown, to ensure that it will serve us correctly when we need it most. So back to the prompt, how am I caring for my mind? Now, I think this is a highly personalized question with no right answer, although I do think that the universally incorrect response is that we're doing nothing, that we're neglecting the care of the mind. So here we could generate a laundry list of actions that we're doing to care for the mind, but I think it's more helpful to have a framework in order that we make order of our actions. As I said yesterday, we fall to the level of our systems. So, what's your system? Maybe it's religion. Maybe it's why we study and adopt philosophy. Maybe it's both. As I said, they're not mutually exclusive. On the latter, on philosophy, Seneca reminds his student Lucilius that philosophy molds and builds the personality, orders one's life, regulates one's conduct, shows one what one should do and what one should leave undone, sits at the helm and keeps one on the correct course as one is tossed about in the perilous seas. Without it, no one can live a life free of fear and worry. Every hour of the day, countless situations arise that call for advice, and for that advice, we have to look to philosophy. So when you identify the operating system that works for you, when you spend time in the study and the application of it, you create an environment in which you can continually train, develop, and care for the mind. Now, there are no shortage of opportunities to do this. We only need to be equipped with the proper guidance to do that well. So I hope you find your system. Have a great day.